All right, so I have something super special for you guys today. So, for those of you that don't know me, I am your certified love and relationship coach, Navi Bliss, and I have one of my amazing private clients here, Alouska, and she is just an amazing woman. She's so inspiring. She is not only beautiful, as you can see, but she is a published author and a successful entrepreneur, and she has now manifested the man of her dreams. So, welcome,
Yay!
Alouska.
Hello, Navi. How are you?
Good. It's nice to see you.
Nice to see you as well. Happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
So, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about your story.
So, as Navi said, I'm a private nurse. I'm also an author. So basically, my love life for the past, um, for most of my life, actually, up until like late last year, was like very hectic, very tragic, and very all over the place. Good because of the in different environments I was raised up in. My different examples of relationships weren't necessarily always good, and so I just had all these distorted ideas of what a relationship really was like. And so it was just coming into that place of building self-esteem, building self-worth, setting boundaries. I knew that I had a lot to work on in terms of my relationships, because I was pretty much making it in every other department. So then I decided one day that I was going to take this seriously and give it as much attention as I give everything else, in order to be fruitful and see a different outcome.
So is that when you decided to pursue coaching because you'd reached your point where you're like, enough is enough?
Yes, definitely. Because what I was doing, I was on these different groups and everything. So I was getting all this information, but I wasn't really dwelling into the work like with a private coach, right? So I thought I had this down pat. I thought I had it all figured out with the little bits of information I would get off these groups. And then I got into this relationship, and then I started doing all the things that I said I wouldn't do, and obviously that didn't work out. So I actually I decided to get into coaching in that moment of breaking up. And it was the best decision I ever made.
So how has coaching helped you?
Coaching has helped me a lot, because what happens is that a lot of times we have these perspective and we have these ideas, and especially we as women, we have we think we have it all figured out. Especially we think a lot. I'm a big thinker. Like, I'm very my mind is like always running. So it's like sometimes you need somebody who is from the exterior, that doesn't know you, so they give you a neutral advice. Because if you go to a friend for advice, that advice is going to be tainted by their opinions of you. Is also going to be tainted by their own experiences and relationships, and you don't want that. You want something that is neutral. You want someone that can really give you information based on the facts, based on what you're bringing them. So for me, that was important. And coaching actually helped me to really set my boundaries, because like I said, I was doing all these things that I said I wouldn't do. And with coaching, it was like, okay, like, if you if you really want this, then you're gonna have to be serious. I remember at a time, it's like I was saying I wanted a serious relationship, a stable relationship, and then I was I was living that like out life. So it's like both of them were just not, in correlation. Let's just say that. And you were actually the one that pointed that out. You were like, listen, Alouska, if you want a serious relationship, if you want to be stable, you're gonna have to like really, act in accordance to this, And I needed you to tell me that. So that was kind of like the moment where I was like, okay, I'm gonna be serious with this. I'm gonna really stick to what I need to stick to. So it was very needed.
And I just remember even at the beginning, I mean, you were always really great at listening and following through with the work. And I think that's why you've achieved a lot of success. But I mean, I remember at the beginning, because you're such a strong and successful woman, you were wanting to even hide the fact that you were single, and that was a mask that you
Yes,
were wearing, and that was something
yes,
you want to put out there. And
yes,
always being really evasive about this fact, and you
right,
didn't want to own where you were at.
right. You're totally, yeah, right. I have always had my status. Why? I don't know, but I really struggled with that, really being open and saying like, "Hey, I'm single." So you actually helped me with that as well. You definitely helped me see that that was a blockage, because it was a blockage. It was definitely um a break, like, let's say, yeah, a blockage in my journey. And so yeah, the day I decided to put it out, it was like, okay, now I could send some guys.
Exactly, right? Because when and I think that that's a common problem that strong successful women have is, they want to have this put together image, and
Right.
being single doesn't fit with that put together image.
That's it. That's it. That's it exactly. Especially when you're known, especially when you have like you're pretty popular out in the world. Like you want to keep this, like you said, maintain image where, and usually like the maintain image includes a committed relationship. So when you're not in a committed relationship, you kind of like, I just thought that, I'll just be mysterious and never let anyone know, you
Yeah.
know. But that's not how the world works. That's not how the laws of the universe works. If you want something, then you have to act in accordance to it. I cannot be, saying that I want a committed relationship, but then, saying that I want to meet someone, but then I don't even consider myself available. I'm not even acting like I'm available. So that was a very important part in my coaching journey.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, I mean, there are some men that are going to approach you regardless of whether they're aware of your status or not, but there's a lot of quality men that if they don't believe you're available, they don't want to get involved with that.
Right.
And it's not because
Totally.
they don't want you, they just don't want to, they want a woman that's available.
That's it. That's it. Totally true. You got it.
Okay, so why me in particular? Why did you choose me as your coach in
So
particular?
you in particular, because I saw some other reviews, some other people that were working with you, and yeah, and they spoke about how how they were really advancing in their journey with you, and that you really helped them. So that's why I chose you, and that's why I recommend you all the time. So yeah, I really enjoyed working with you, and I still enjoy working with you actually.
Yeah, I mean, you're one of these amazing women who you've manifested your dream relationship, and we're still working together.
We are still working together.
Yeah, so what are the benefits of continuing on even now that you have, your dream man?
Well, it's important to distinguish the dating phase and also the committed relationship phase, which are two completely different phases, and especially like two completely different, I want to say, like attitudes. Like when you're dating, like you're not as, how to say it, you're not as available, like you kind of like you lean back a lot more, and like you don't really like open yourself up that much. But now when you're in a committed relationship with someone, it's different. You got to take into consideration their feelings, their wants, their needs also. So it's like, and then in a committed relationship is two people who are trying to, especially in the beginning, it's two people who are trying to like try to get to know each other, and that sometimes comes with the struggles, and that doesn't mean that there's no love. It just means that, there might be a little miscommunication, and that happens. And, I really truly believe that this person that I'm dating today is the one. And so I want to be the best version of myself for him and for us. So I think that it's important that I keep coaching and I keep working on those little things that I could still improve.
Absolutely, absolutely. Um, so why don't you tell us a little bit about your relationship? Tell us a little bit about your man.
My relationship, I'm so like, he is amazing. So I'm gonna give you guys like a little insight as to how it actually happened. I remember, I think it was August, in August 2018, I believe. I actually wrote a letter was it in August? Wait, yes, in August, I wrote a letter, a, a gratitude letter to my partner in love. So he was not existing at the time, but I was putting it out there and I was thanking him for all the things that that he was. So basically in that thank you letter, I would like say like, thank you for being, my biggest fan. Thank you for being such a support. Thank you for loving me unconditionally. All these things, that I was looking for in a partner. And after, and the second part of that letter, I said, and in return, I would be, this to you. I would be that to you. So I kind of like put that, I put it in writing, and I put it right in my journal, and then I went about my life. I did not, I wasn't like super, how to say, like, desperate. I just, I was just going about life, enjoying where I was, enjoying being single, enjoying being, being free, not having any kids, enjoying just being able to do whatever I can do. Because that's a beautiful part of it when you're single. A lot of times, we, especially women, we, when we're single, we feel like we're the like we're at our worst, and that, this is such a bad thing. But also working with you, you taught me, like, you got to embrace where you are right now. You're single, and this there's a reason why in this stage in your life you're actually single. So you got to like use the best of, how to say, like, you gotta yeah, see the best in it, see the benefit in it. So I saw the biggest benefit in it, and what I did was I took a 3-week vacation where I traveled all over the world, and I went from different continents. I was in Canada, I was in the US, New York. I ended up in London, I was in Amsterdam, and I was also in Paris. And I was in Paris for just one night. And that one night I met my dream guy. And I remember the day I was on the flight, I was flying because I started my trip in Canada, and I was flying to Canada, and I said I'm going on this trip expecting nothing but knowing that I would find everything. And that was it. And that's exactly what happened. So ever since that first day in Paris, yeah, it's been amazing. Of course, we're still in that phase where we're getting to know each other, but the love is there. The love is definitely there.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And this all came from you embracing where you were at and living your best
Exactly.
life.
Exactly. That was it. I was embracing where I was, and I was living my best life. And honestly, like everywhere that I went, I try to like go on a date. That was the thing. I kept myself open. So I had a date in Canada, like I had a date in New York. So I just like, really kept myself open. And I was like, you just gotta just go with the flow. Doesn't mean anything. Just go with the flow and just embrace where you are right now, and just, and just take it all at its best.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us about this guy. How does he show up for you? How does he make you feel?
He makes me feel great. He honestly, like, he shows up for me in so many different ways. Every day, like, I'm more and more impressed, because like I'm not an easy cookie. I can say that, but he's so understanding. He remains understanding. He's so patient with me, and yeah, he definitely has those qualities that I was looking for. And I feel like, that was something also where it's like, the fact that I learned how to like set my boundaries, so in the beginning it was kind of like that, me letting him know, okay, like, this is what I'm gonna, this is okay with me, this is not okay, this is okay with me, this is not okay. And like, when you love someone, especially a man, when he loves a woman, if he needs to change, he's gonna change. You know what I mean? Men change for love, that's a fact. So he, just, yeah, he makes the according changes according to my needs and my wants. So I love that about him.
Yeah, I mean, your boundaries, instead of turning him off, they inspire him to become a better man.
That's exactly it. They did. I totally. And a lot of times we feel like being the nice girl is like the best thing to do, say yes to everything. Well, and honestly, like, we've had discussions, and he always tells me the fact that I was challenging, the fact that I was not, a pushover, and that I would actually stand my ground where it had things that I wouldn't accept, that was, he said that that's what he loves about me. So men like it, they actually look for that. They want to know that, yeah, that you're going to stand your ground.
Yeah, they want the woman that's going to help them become a better man, that's going to help them
That's
become
it.
the better version. That's what
That's exactly it.
yeah, love elevates you.
That's exactly it. Love elevates you. And just the same way that I feel like his how to say, like, his presence in my life has elevated me, I could say the same for him. I've seen him grow in so many different ways the time we met. And it just, we just keep flourishing, as a couple, as individuals, we just keep growing, and it's amazing. It's an amazing journey.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful to see. I mean, I remember, the relationship that you ended when we first started working together. That was a relationship where you were settling for a lot
Yeah,
less than you deserve, and you knew
that's
it.
it.
You knew
I
it,
knew
but
it.
you were in a scarcity mindset. You're like, I live on an island,
Right,
there aren't any good men
right.
around, and you know, you found your great man, and he
I know.
and he's making it work.
He's making it work. He is making it work right now. We are long distance at this moment, but the dedication to make it work. The how to say, he's very intentional in making sure that I get my time, because I'm a person, like, one of my love languages, one of my biggest love languages is time. So he's very intentional of making time for me every single day, and we have a little rituals that we do. We like try to like read together, we pray together. So all these little things like help us, maintain a strong relationship, despite of the distance.
That's amazing. I'm so happy for you, and I'm so excited. I mean, I think that you're in such a great place, but I also know
Thank
there's
you.
even more excitement in store for you, and I'm just,
Thank you.
I'm
I know.
excited for
Yeah.
you.
I know. I mean, like, there's always work, there's always work to be done. And that's why I think, that no matter where you are in terms of your relationship, like, coaching could always be helpful, because there's always work to be done. So right now, I'm really excited about the phase of the relationship that I'm in right now. And I'm excited to be coaching, some more. So yeah.
So what would you say to any women that are on the fence about coaching, or they're struggling with the idea of getting love coaching?
I would say don't think about it, just do it, because it is one of the best decisions you're gonna make in your life if you decide to do that this year, or whenever it is you decide to do that. It is literally one of the best things you can do for yourself, and not only in terms of your relationship. I just think coaching on a whole, on a general, is just something that is so helpful for someone, because it is what it is. We're not born knowing everything. We're not born with all the tools. So a little help is always a good idea. And you just have to come to that place of self-awareness, where it's like, if you're in a rut, if you've been struggling in this area for many years and you haven't been able to get yourself out of it, if you keep reenacting and doing the same things over and over again, then maybe this is your time to actually get some coaching, so you could get out of that place, and kind of like move into a more prosperous place.
That's amazing. And thank you so much for sharing your story with us. I think it's going to
Thank you,
inspire
Navi.
a lot of people. And
I hope so.
yeah, I mean, I think, just a great testimony to a woman that can have it all.
Yes, definitely. It comes with work. It takes hard work. And like anything, in terms of your career, I worked hard for my career, and so it's only normal that, I should put in the work also when it comes to my relationship. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, well, you're amazing, amazing to work with. You're just an amazing lady overall. So
Thank
thank you
you.
so much for sharing your story. And
Thank you very
yeah,
much.
yeah, I think this will inspire a lot of women. So,
Awesome.
so ladies, if you want more information about coaching, if you feel inspired by Alouska's story, definitely reach out to me. I have my group coaching program that's starting in July, and I do have some private coaching spots that are opening up. So definitely reach out to me. So thank you again, Alouska, for joining.
Thank you.
And I'm sure we'll be looking forward to updates on your story.
Yes. No problem.